Hello and welcome into the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. We have quarterfinal PSAC action here for you today as your California Vulcans will be taking on the Edinboro Fighting Scots. Welcome into the broadcast. I am Danny Baxter. Alongside me today is Dylan Godet. And Dylan, the last time these two teams played, fierce competition for California taking on IUP, a team that they saw earlier this season twice, and they had to play them again. California coming away with the victory 80-64.
Yeah, California was down big early in that one, but Mickey Glenn's third quarter is a third quarter to remember here for the Vulcans. 20-point quarter, went over 200 points on the season, so Mickey Glenn really was a catalyst there in that ballgame.
Yeah, she actually passed the 2,000 point, excuse me. And for Edinboro, they took on Seton Hill just Monday, and the first round of PSAC action, PSAC tournament action, and they came away with the victory 82-50 in a very dominant fashion.
Yeah, they did, and that was a hot Seton Hill team as well. California played them tough just a few weeks ago, so that was a very impressive win there for Edinboro. So they're going to be coming in this game hungry because they need this win to try to make it into the tournament.
They most definitely do. And now we're going to take a look at the Women's Basketball Championship, the tournament bracket. And California, as you see there on your screen, California taking on Edinboro. It's a very big game. Edinboro ranked number 9 in the regional rankings, and that's big for Edinboro. This game really could seed them wherever they need to be. They need to get in the top 8. So Edinboro, this is a show-me game, really, for California. They're already in the regional championship. They're already going to be in the PSAC, or in the regional tournament, So for California, this is really just, they need to win. They want to win their second back-to-back PSAC championship. And Edinboro, this looks eerily similar to last season, as California took on Edinboro in the first round, in the quarterfinals, and then went on to take on Shippensburg. And if California comes away with the victory here tonight, we could be seeing the exact same process going down.
Yeah, but this is going to be a very tough game. Both of these teams are hungry. California wants to get this. They want that PSAC championship for the second year in a row. So you know they're going to be hungry heading into this one. In Edinboro, like we've been talking about, they need this game to get into the tournament. So they're going to be playing with their games like it's the last game of their lives here, fighting for their season to continue.
And for the seniors, this very well may be the last game. They need to play as hard as they can out there on the floor. California already has one loss to this Edinboro Fighting Scott team. So really trying to answer back and maybe get another victory here today. So that's all we have from up top. Tip-off is next.
Good evening and welcome into the first news center of the spring 2017 semester.
Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center as we are getting ready for tip-off. We're going to get some starters underway, but welcome into the broadcast. I am Danny Baxter, and alongside me today is Dylan Godet. And Dylan, you saw in our open there, we were talking about a little things that California really needs to do here tonight. And that is what they need to do right there. Score points. Just get to the basket whatever they can and limit the team's ability to score. Really, their interior defense really has to step up here today.
Yeah, as you can tell there on the tail of the tape, both teams around the same defensively, averaging around 59, 58 points against. But offensively, California, one of the most high-powered offenses in all of Division II women's basketball, 81 points per game. They're going to have that offensive production here tonight against a tough Edinboro team that's beaten California once this season.
And we have some starters for you here today. We're going to start with California, as you see Abby Sporio run across your screen there, she's number 2. Number 3, Shatara Parsons. Number 5, Sierra Barrett. Number 21, Mickey Glenn. And number 23, Precious Martin. And then we can start over with Edinboro. We have number 1, Jonte Walton. Number 4, Katie Fisher, a shooter for this Edinboro Fighting Scots team. Number 11, Shania Sharp. Number 15, Sierra Roston, and number 20, Michelle Yan, also a player that makes California pay. And Dylan, we saw this Edinboro team early on in the season. It was actually December 30th, and California came away with a loss, actually 71-54 in Edinboro. And that right there on your screen, the regional rankings, California sitting at that number 1 spot, Virginia Union right on their tails, however, and Edinboro at the number 9 seed. Really, this is a big game for them. Edinboro really needs this game to really set them up for the national tournament, really. And but PSAC's going down the road. California already solidified their spot. Also, you saw that asterisk next to Johnson C. Smith. They have already solidified their spot as they won their conference tournament. But for California, I'm just going to keep saying this, California really needs this game. Last game they took on IUP, and it looked like a little shaky first half of action, and then the second half they really turned it on.
Yeah, California needs this game, but Edinboro needs this game more than ever. This is their season comes down to the night. They're going to need some help if they want to get in the tournament there with Wheeling Jesuit. So if Wheeling Jesuit doesn't win, Edinboro still could get in, but they really need to get this game to make sure that they can get in this tournament.
And you will not see Lana Doran out there, as you see on your screen. She is injured, so California is going to have to do it without her. We have Sierra Barrett waiting the tip with number 15, Sierra Roston. And the tip is up. Sierra Roston wins the tip for Edinboro. Now they get to set up their offense with Katie Fisher passing it over to Jan. Jan giving it over to Walton. California really trying to push them on the outside, and Walton actually looked like she almost pushed off, but they will not call it. Michelle Yan shot up, no good, air ball. And this home court advantage for California, we're going to see if this can pay off. They really worked hard to get this home court advantage. We're going to see if the fans here today can really help them out.
Yeah, definitely. They got the students right behind us here, so you can definitely feel the court atmosphere. And
Michelle Yan comes away with the ball for Edinboro, and now Katie Fisher at the top of the key. Pass on the inside to Roston. Roston's shot is up and good. And that's what I'm saying, that interior defense for California really has to come up big.
Yeah, that first possession there on defense, California did great. They're forcing a tough shot, but Edinboro was able to get a quick one.
Mickey Glenn cutting into the lane, and her shot is actually blocked. Edinboro coming back up the court with the ball. And now into the lane, Shania Sharp, and she will be called on the charge. And that interior defense, if they can draw some fouls as well, really get to the line, put up those shots, as California is a very good free throw shooting team. But California comes away with the ball now.
Yeah, Precious Martin with a great charge take there. Getting a start here tonight as a senior. You know she wants to get another PSAC title for her name.
Abby Sporio passing on the inside to Precious Martin. Shot is up, no good. No foul on the call, no foul on the play, as well. As now Edinboro will control the ball for the Fighting Scots. Katie Fisher passes it over to Walton. Walton working against Abby Sporio. Pass it almost to Sierra Roston. Her shot, actually her pass going to be broken up, and there's going to be a jump ball out there on the floor. California will take over possession.
Yeah, it was a jump ball. You take a look at the replay. Nice to have this replay back here. You can see the tough defense there by Abby Sporio. Really forced a tough pass, and then had a jump ball situation. When you get in a live ball situation with these California quick defenders, you're really in trouble.
Mickey Glenn gives it over to Sierra Barrett. Kind of a stack right there on that play. Mickey Glenn gets the open shot, puts it up, and no good. No rebound help there as well, as now Michelle Yan brings it up the floor. Michelle Yan, a sophomore for this Edinboro team. Very well experienced, however. As now Fisher is pressured, and then Shania Sharp coughs it up. California in transition now, and too strong on the play is Shatara Parsons, and then Precious Martin will be fouled.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons on the fast break there. It looked good there for California as Mickey Glenn got that steal, passed it up to Shatara Martin. She was just unable to finish there, and then had the foul on the inside, and that will send Precious Martin to the free throw line. He's a very good free throw shooter for the Vulcans.
So now Precious Martin's shot is up and good. California finally on the scoreboard.
Yeah, California finally on the scoreboard here. It's been a defensive battle here early on for California and IUP Edinboro both playing tough defense here.
Which definitely has California really just trying to find their rhythm in the lane and even on their passes, as Martin's second shot is up and good as well. As I said, California, a very good free throw shooting team. Get them to the line and they won't disappoint. Now Fisher at the top of the key. They're going to pressure her right away, trying to get this ball back. And they do. Mickey Glenn coming up with the steal. Actually, she coughed it up. And there's going to be another possession error, this time in favor of Edinboro.
Yeah, again, that's that tough defense there on Fisher for Edinboro. California, that's something they need to focus on. She led Edinboro in scoring in the last meeting earlier this season. She had 23 points there for Edinboro.
Fisher passes it across the court to Michelle Yan, and then Roston is pressured. Roston's pass is broken up. California come away with the steal, streaking down the floor. Then Michelle Yan comes up and pokes the ball away, although California will keep possession.
Yeah, it's Edinboro's fourth turnover now, just inside of just a little more than 7 minutes left here in this first half. So definitely Edinboro needs to do a better job at taking care of the basketball if they want to try to get the win here in this one.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was kind of rolling over towards the locker room. Didn't want to play out there on the floor as Michelle Yan brings it back into play. And Sierra Barrett at the top of the key. Going to give it over to Abby Sporio. Abby Sporio, that three-point threat for California. She's going to drive in, take a shot. No good. Good rebound there, though, from Precious Martin. California will keep possession.
Yeah, another jump ball situation. Both teams being very aggressive here early on. Take a look at the replay there. Abby Sporio tried to drive baseline, unable to get it to go, but Precious Martin in the right place at the right time to get that offensive rebound.
Mickey Glenn passes it in, wants it back, but pushing off is Sierra Barrett, and she will be called on the foul.
Yeah, tough call there, calling Sierra Barrett there on the charge call. Looked like both players were hustling there on that one.
So now Katie Fisher brings it up the floor for Edinboro. Now Michelle Yan has it. Pass on the inside to Roston. There's going to be an over-the-back foul called on Shatera Parsons. Just trying to get a little bit aggressive in there in the lane.
Yeah, two quick fouls now for California in the last two possessions. Both teams now with two team fouls.
Katie Fisher on the baseline. A little bit of discussion on the floor from the referees. Just trying to get everything settled, and now it's going to be motion to get in. And Katie Fisher puts up a shot from the corner, no good. Rebound help there for California. Will not come down with the rebound, although they will get possession after a tip from the Edinboro defender.
Yeah, you do not want to give Katie Fisher too many open looks, though. Again, she's a scoring threat here for Edinboro, for the Fighting Scots, so California needs to continue playing tough defense on her.
As Mickey Glenn comes down the floor, Jess Strom was telling her a play call, and they're going to draw up the play call. As California drives into the lane, her shot will be broken up. However, California will keep possession. Now Mickey Glenn will inbound the ball. Over to Abby Sporio at the top of the arc. Pass it over to Martin. Martin working in the lane now. Good move to the hoop. No good, however. Could not finish on the play, and Edinboro gets the ball down the floor. It's now Michelle Yan in the corner, streaks in, puts up a shot, no good, but she will be fouled on the play. I believe that was number 23. That was Precious Martin on the foul.
Yeah, again, some great defense there by California. Just fouled her there at the end of that possession. But California being very aggressive here on offense early and selling for some quick shot opportunities.
And Michelle Yan makes them pay right away as she hits her first free throw. Readying her second now. You can hear the student section right behind us, and her shot is good as well, making two. California now down by 2, 4-2.
And Michelle Yan just tied her total from the last game, only finished with 2 points in that lost a few weeks ago. So look for her to try to have a better night here tonight.
Mickey Glenn now driving into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. She will go to the line, as the call on the play will be Michelle Yan on the foul.
Yeah, there's another drive there by Mickey Glenn. You'll see that so many times. That's really what we saw last game on Saturday in the third quarter there when Mickey Glenn scored those 20 points. She was driving to the left side of the lane nearly every time there at the beginning of that third quarter.
And Mickey Glenn was 11 of 11 from the free throw line. And the last time they played against Mercyhurst, she was 3 of 5, kind of uncharacteristic of her to really miss free throws. She readies her second shot. Second shot is good as well. Almost thought of Jenkster for a minute, and then I pulled it back. But Mickey Glenn hits 2 from the line. Score is now tied up at 4.
Yeah, she's 87% this season from the free throw line.
And Edinboro will cough the ball up on an errant pass. And the home crowd is making them hear it right behind us.
Yeah, definitely. That's that tough defense, though. When they get kind of that jailbreak defensive look, this California, it really puts guards for other teams in tough situations. You have the long, outstretched arms of Shatara Parsons and Sierra Barrett. It really makes it tough to make passes.
Mickey Glenn driving into the hoop. She puts a shot up. No good. Rebound there by Precious Martin, and she sends it back out to Sierra Barrett, then over to Abby Sporio. Barrett gets it. Wants to draw something up. Has to pass it right away. Then Abby Sporio has it. Over to Parsons. Parsons trying to drive into the lane, give it over to Precious Martin, and it will be tipped from Edinboro.
Yeah, California's trying to get the ball inside here early, but really they're kind of forcing these passing opportunities. Not much there. A bit of a double team in the paint there was Precious Martin, and Tara Barrett still tried to get it in.
Martin working underneath the basket and then gives it over to Abby Sporio. Abby Sporio, clear path to the basket. No good, however. And that is 4 straight missed layups for California. California really just trying to get back on offense, get to their normal ways. So now Michelle Yan drives into the lane, puts a hard shot up, no good. Tara Parsons there with the defensive rebound. California now in transition. Abby Sporio looks to slow it down a bit. And Mickey Glenn is injured out there on the floor for California. She's holding her knee.
And that is air coming out of the sails. If you can't tell here, you can kind of hear a pin drop in the convocation center here. You hope Mickey Glenn is okay. They're holding her left knee there.
We'll take a look at this replay here on your screen. See if we see anything. Mickey Glenn at the top, working hard, and her knee does kind of move a little bit. Hopefully she's okay. Don't want to speculate at all. She is rubbing it, so we're going to see now that they're faced with a little adversity now with Mickey Glenn now on the floor. Lana Dorn not playing in this game. Talk about overcoming adversity. That's just something that California is going to have to do.
And those are 2 seniors for the Vulcans, so those are 2 huge losses. And of course, Mickey Glenn, if she's not able to get back here in this game, that's one of the biggest losses maybe in all of women's basketball right there. She's in a Player of the Year contender here in Division II women's basketball, so that'll be a huge loss. But again, I don't want to speculate at all, but it did appear like her knee kind of buckled there on that one. And it's kind of what I heard this week, what happened to Lana Dorn there in practice this week as well. So like you're saying, the adversity for sure here this week for the Vulcans.
And California really just, I know we talked about their scoring in the lane here today, and California really, they are forcing it into the lane. They're not doing their normal offense, and it does look like she kind of fell back on it. She immediately went to holding her knee.
Yeah, it looked like her landed on like the side of her foot there, and then that kind of buckled the rest of her knee and brought her down. You hope it's just a sprain or just a tweak there. You hope for the best there for Mickey Glenn.
And it is not that long into this first quarter of play as well. California really just trying to establish their identity in this contest. And Dylan, you said it best, really taking the wind out of their sails here today.
We're going to take a look at the PSAC women's tournament bracket here. The winner of this game will head on to the Eastern PA, the highest ranked team in the PSAC East here. We're looking at Shippensburg here being that team to beat if they're able to defeat Bloomsburg. They are up big early there in that game. So the winner of this game will play the winner of Millersville East Stroudsburg, which would be a great game as well. But it appears they have brought Mickey Glenn up there. She's going to try to walk off the court there under her own power.
And she is testing it. Those trainers doing their best they can to really nurse her back to health, kind of seeing if she can put some pressure on it. And she looks like she's walking on it, I mean, under a little bit of help, but she is putting a little bit of pressure on it, and Emily Suckling will sub in, I believe, for her. Still a threat. She's only a sophomore as well, really trying to establish her identity on this team.
Yeah, we're going to see what this California team has. Now, really, without Lana Doran or Mickey Glenn here, we're going to see what the Vulcans have. This is really what we're going to see next year as well. Besides for Precious Martin, all these are underclassmen here for the Vulcans. So we're going to see, there you see Shatara Parsons and Sierra Barrett leading that huddle right there. They're going to try to lead this team now. Probably see Abby Sporio here at point guard now for the Vulcans. See what these Lady Vulcans have now.
And we're going to see, also we're going to keep you updated on Mickey Glenn's status as well as this game goes on, as Abby Sporio now working into the lane, open layup, and she gets that one to fall.
And Abby Sporio immediately realizes that she has to kind of take over there, and the bench is excited now for the Vulcans. See how they can overcome this adversity.
Ralston now driving in, passes it up and into Sierra Barrett's hands. Sierra Barrett now shooting down the floor for California, puts a shot up, no good. A little bit of rebound help there for California, as there almost was a jump ball. Abby Sporio coming out with it, and then Emily Suckling. Quick turn of events there for California.
Yeah, playing with lots of effort right now are the Vulcans.
And Precious Martin fouled hard right there. She will be going to the line to attempt two.
Yeah, you can really kind of feel the energy really picking up now out of that injury. And California playing with lots of emotion, lots of hustle right now. That was a great drive there by Precious Martin, sending her to the free throw line.
I believe that's our first media timeout. However, we're going to keep it here for you, get this energy pumping. It's a big game for California, and we're going to look at some team leaders for California. And you know, what we said really was that Mickey Glenn is the leader on this team. You see there leading in scoring, assists, steals, and minutes. And Mickey Glenn really just a force in this scoring department. She can really get her team right back in it, and a good really stat to focus on is IUP.
Yeah, especially the last 5 games. Her lowest point total is 17 points. She had that against Seton Hill and Clarion, with over 25-point games against Penn, Johnstown, Mercyhurst, and IUP. So Mickey Glenn's been on fire here recently. And here are the team leaders there for the Fighting Scots. Katie Fisher leading them in scoring with 14.9 points per game, leading them in assists and in minutes. So she's kind of the Mickey Glenn of their team, kind of the leader there for the Fighting Scots.
Most definitely is. Both two very big threats both teams have to watch out for. And right there you see Sierra Ralston, her height paying off. She's a 6'2" junior going right over the defense for California. And then Abby Sporio getting her layup to fall. You see out there on the floor.
Fall right after the injury there to Mickey Glenn, realizing the 2 guards there, the 2 sophomore guards, and Emily Suckling and Abby Sporio have to take over the duties now without Mickey Glenn.
Most definitely will, as Precious Martin readies her foul shots. California up 6-4. Shot is up and good. Now their lead is 3.
The trainers there are still looking with Mickey Glenn. They have not taken her back to the locker room, so that's big there for the Vulcans.
Precious Martin sinks her second, now scores 8-4 in favor of the Vulcans. Katie Fisher brings it across half court, and then defense there for California as Abby Sporio comes up with the steal in the corner over to Shatara Parsons. Parsons drives to the basket and gets it to fall. Tough move there in the lane.
Yeah, California now in a 6-0 run out of that injury timeout. Really coming out on fire here, playing with lots of emotion. We could really feel, honestly, I felt a huge momentum switch kind of in the favor of California right out of that injury. And Abby Sporio again on that replay, passing it up to Shatara Parsons. Shatara Parsons double team, but that does not phase her. She's able to put it up and in. And Edinboro has to call a timeout out of that run.
You know, we can really assimilate this situation that Mickey Glenn is in right now. It's not really the same thing, hopefully, but to the situation that Kevin Durant is in with the Warriors right now. Similar, I know, with a knee, but more so the fact that this team still has a lot of stars on their roster, really. They can really lean heavily on the other players out there on the floor. Their star player, you could say, in Mickey Glenn, but really Sierra Barrett, you can mention.
Sierra Barrett is the Hero Sports Junior of the Year there in women's basketball, so you know she's very talented as well.
Yeah, so you can really lean on the other players out there on the floor for California, and hopefully they step up as they just have out of that injury timeout, as you mentioned, Dylan, as the defensive pressure is ramped up immensely out there on the floor for California. As now 15 seconds, home crowd is saying shoot the ball, as Walton now forced to pass it back out to Katie Fisher. Shot is up, no good off the front of the rim. Michelle Yan there for the rebound.
Yeah, great rebound there by Michelle Yan. California's picking up their defensive pressure. They know without the point guard play there, if they're able to get steals and fast break opportunities, that's their best bet to get points.
Walton, good move to the basket, and she gets her shot to fall. Now with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. California still up by 4.
Again, Abby Sporio at the point guard position now without Mickey Glenn in the game, something we can look to see and come going into next season.
It's now Parsons, shot up, no good. Almost a rebound there from Abby Sporio, though she pushes it out straight to an Edinboro player as she trips and falls, and they're going to
That is probably one of the worst calls I've ever seen. She didn't touch her. She did not absolutely touch her. Take a look at this replay here. Sierra Barrett, I was just about to say, kind of scared her there. Right here, she did not even touch her there at all. Just kind of falls down, feet kind of connected there. But honestly, I was about to say she scared her to the point that she fell down, and they called the foul on her.
And we might also see that in football, really, with a pass interference. If you get your feet tripped up, it happens. We know that, but we're going to side with the referees on this one, and they're going to keep action going.
It looked like she pushed her, just the presence there kind of made her fall down.
As defensive pressure is still ramped up, Abby Sporio comes away with the steal. Streaking down the floor now for California. Sporio now working, gives it over to Sierra Barrett. Her shot up, no good. Almost a rebound there from Precious Martin, although Edinboro comes up. As Walton now working against Sporio, gives it over to Katie Fisher.
Yeah, that foul was Sierra Barrett's second personal foul now, so you really don't want her to get in foul trouble here at the end of the first half, but they need her, first quarter, they need her to be playing out there. She's got to be careful now on defense.
Fisher gives it over to Walton. Walton then passed it over to Maggie Moore and then over to Katie Fisher. No time on the shot clock, however. There's going to be a shot clock violation. That defensive pressure paying off for California.
Yeah, 9 turnovers now for Edinboro, only 2 for California. So the defensive effort now for California is really turning it up. They're on pace to get over right now in this game. If they keep up this defensive pressure, over 40 turnovers forced here in this game.
Also, Lindsay Yan, checked in for Edinboro. And Abby Sporio trying to drive hard to the basket. No good on that one, and no call as Katie Fisher gives it over to Michelle Yan. That defense trying to come up big again for California. She puts up a shot, good and one now, so she's going to the line.
Yeah, she's definitely stepping up now for Edinboro. Is Michelle Yan playing great basketball right now for the Fighting Scots.
Michelle Yan readies her first shot from the line, her only shot, and it's no good. Good rebound there from Sierra Barrett.
We've seen a couple aggressive plays from the point guard position now from Abby Sporio. Very interesting, not known as really an offensive aggressive player here for the Vulcans.
So now Abby Sporio working against Lindsay Yan. She makes some space for herself, then gives it over to Sierra Barrett. Precious Martin put up the shot, no good. Almost a rebound by Tara Parsons. They're going to say it stays on that side of the floor as Morgan Jennings will check in for Parsons.
Yeah, you got to get Tara Parsons a break there, but she's been hustling as well as all the Vulcans on the court right now have been playing very aggressive here.
Inbounds play over to Abby Sporio and then gets it back from Sierra Barrett. Shot up by Emily Suckling, no good.
That's the look you want, though, for California.
Shania Sharp coming down with the rebound, and Katie Fisher working against Suckling. Suckling pushing her to the outside, forced to push it back out to Michelle Yan. Yan working on the inside again, tries to get the shot to fall, and she does yet again, making California pay.
Michelle Yan with great effort now for the Fighting Scots, leading them in points now with 6 points. She's the leading scorer here in this game.
Very low scoring affair as well, as the score is tied at 10. Sporio pushed it over to Martin, then gives it over to Sierra Barrett. There's going to be a foul on number 20 on Michelle Yan. That is her second foul.
So now two fantastic players, probably the 2 best players for either team on the court right now. 2 of the better players here in this game, and Michelle Yan and Sierra Barrett both now with 2 fouls here just in the first quarter.
Sierra Barrett approaches the charity stripe. Her first shot is up and no good. Free throws are big for this California team. They know that.
Yeah, one of the better free throw shooting teams in all the country are the Vulcans here this season. shooting over 71% from the free throw line.
Ready's her second. It's up and good. She knows it right away, stepping back from the line. So now with 40 seconds left, Katie Fisher passes it over to Jan and then over to Walton. Walton driving into the lane, forced to pick up her dribble, working hard there in the lane. And the shot is up off of Emily Suckling's hand and in. Really can't do anything on that one as California trails by 1.
And Emily Suckling with a great hustle, tried to get that rebound, tried to tip that rebound out, but ended up tipping it in her own basket.
Sporio working against Lindsey Jan. Good defense, but Abby Sporio keeps her dribble. Morgan Jennings now has it, puts a shot up, no good. Tries to get her own rebound, she does, but then gives it right back to Edinboro. No time on the clock left. California trails by 1 at the end of the first quarter by a score of 12-11. We'll be right back to have this second quarter of action right here on CUTV.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center. You see right there on the screen, Mickey Glenn, kind of a somber mood as she went down to the floor holding her knee. This California team, though, ramped up that defensive pressure. They're really just trying to pick up the slack as Edinboro will inbound the ball with number 2, Michaela Barnes, right in front of the media table here. Pass it into Katie Fisher, and the second quarter of action will get started right away. And now driving into lane, Walton, and she will be, there'll be a blocking foul on the floor, excuse me. I believe it would be on Precious Martin, and that will be her second foul.
So now 2 players on the court for the Vulcans. Only 2 players on the court with fouls. Both have 2 in Precious Martin and Sierra Barrett.
And the shot will be no good from Jonte Walton. Also something to mention, every single time that California has played in the playoffs, it has been in Hamer Hall. It's the first time this has actually been in the Convocation Center in, I believe, 3 years. As Abby Sporio will bring it up the floor across half court for California. Gives it over to Precious Martin at the top of the arc. And a breakup pass right there from Michaela Barnes. California will keep possession.
Edinboro picking up their defensive pressure as well here. California gonna have to get something going now without Mickey Glenn.
And there'll be a foul on the floor as Precious Martin will be fouled as she tried to make a hard move to the lane. You can see here on the replay.
Yeah, Precious Martin coming up, gets the ball back from Abby Sporio and drives the ball in. California's offense right now is just putting your head down and really driving to the basket. That's how they're looking to try to score against this Edinboro defense.
And Sierra Barrett gives it over to Abby Sporio, then gets it back from her. 9 minutes and 24 seconds left before halftime. Morgan Jennings driving into the lane, puts a shot up, and it's good. Great move to the lane there from Morgan Jennings.
A very strong move there by Morgan Jennings, really able to stretch her length out and put that ball up and in. Beautiful drive there.
It's now Michaela Barnes, pressured from this California team, and there will be a foul on the floor. And also something to mention, Dylan, this team really, this is like a looking into a crystal ball of what next season will look like without Precious Martin, obviously, but this team really is going to be formed by these players out there on the floor.
Yeah, the players right now are what the players we're going to see next season. So this is a great opportunity for them to build some unity there together.
Roston, good move to the basket, and she will convert. Now California down by 2, 15-13. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left before halftime. Jennings gets it on the outside and then gives it over to Abby Sporio. Sporio looking to attempt a 3, and she will be called on the foul.
Yeah, got that ball stolen away there. Just tried to get that one back there from Walton and committed the foul.
DJ Hahn, another fresh check-in. Freshman player out there on the floor getting some action in a playoff game.
And now Michelle Yon, yeah, back out on the court, kind of took that right away from me. She's another sophomore as well. She's now playing with 2 fouls, so interesting to see her style play. Really, she's the defensive effort that you get there from Edinboro.
We're going to be tripping over ourselves just a little bit with these mics not able to hear each other, and the intensity of this crowd as DJ Hahn comes down with the rebound, or the steal rather, but Michelle Yon will get it back for the Fighting Scots.
Yeah, that's a very Michelle Yon type of play right there. Able to be at the right place at the right time to get that steal.
Walton will actually cough the ball up. California will get the ball right back. DJ Yon, that defensive presence as well, as DJ Yon is 5'10", can play both ways. This season really hasn't got that opportunity to play out there on the floor. See if she can make an impact though here today. As Sporio will give it over to Sierra Barrett, and then DJ Hahn will put a shot up and get the basket to fall and one. DJ Hahn intense out there on the floor. Haven't seen that much as she yells in excitement.
And that intensity, really, you can feel that here behind us in the crowd. Great effort there by the freshman, puts it up, and you see her excitement after that one. Definitely nice play there by the freshman.
That's definitely big also. She wants to get confidence, not only in herself, but also with everybody out there on the floor and really raise their confidence levels. As her shot is up, no good. Sierra Rosson coming down with the rebound for Edinboro.
Yeah, you love that there from DJ Hahn, though. You love the effort. That's really what it comes down to now. You lose your senior leader, your young players really need to step up with effort. That's what we're seeing right now from the Vulcans.
Katie Fisher on the outside working against DJ Hahn. Good move in the lane by Michaela Barnes. She gets her shot to fall. California now trails by 2, 17-15.
Yeah, Emily Suckley's a little late in her defensive rotation there and kind of got behind the player and was able to put it up and in, was Edinboro.
Suckling getting over to Morgan Jennings, and then there'll be a foul called on the play. The bench wanted a travel out there on the floor, Edinboro's bench.
Yeah, they did want to travel, but you can see the push in the back by Walton right there. So good call there by the officials.
So now DJ Yon will inbound the ball for California. Referee discussing where to place it, and then Abby Sporio will get it for California. Passing it into Sierra Barrett, working hard in the lane, no good. And she will get her own rebound, keep it alive for California. Morgan Jennings then sees the opportunity, puts a shot up, no good. DJ Yon working hard to get the rebound. She will keep it alive. And California is just grinding it right now, trying to get these opportunities. And then DJ Yon will cough it up. But just getting confidence, as I said, that's going to be big for this young player out there on the floor.
Yeah, DJ Hahn with excellent effort, though. That's what you want to see from the freshman. Again, the crowd's kind of loving that right now, and so is the bench there for California.
And a good shot there from Sierra Roston. Excuse me, I might be saying DJ Yon. I'm meaning DJ Hahn. It's kind of a tongue twister with the H and the J's getting a little switched up. As now Abby Sporio at the top of the key gives it over to DJ Hahn.
Well, Edinboro has a couple Yons on their team as well, so easy to get that one mixed up.
Sisters as well. As Sporio will give it over to Emily Suckling. Back over to Morgan Jennings. Her shot up and good. Knocks it down for California. And now California trails 17-19.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've really felt the crowd really being a factor here in the Convocation Center before, but it definitely is right now. Definitely kind of hard to hear even for us sitting right down here on court side.
6 minutes and 10 seconds left. As there's going to be a stoppage out there on the floor. DJ Yon is bleeding, so she's going to have to come out.
DJ Hahn again, yeah. Han.
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 I don't see that I'm saying that. I guess I am. There's some discussion out there on the floor.
Between Sierra Barrett and the official there. Interesting to see. Both kind of frustrated. They're making the big girl come out now. Big girl, excuse me, there for Edinboro. What, number 15 there for Edinboro. Sierra Ralston, that's a big loss there for Edinboro. Interesting what she said to the official.
Most definitely is. And there's a few signs here kind of getting everybody amped up for this contest. Morgan Jennings also coming off the floor.
They're dropping like flies right now. There must be blood. Blood out there traveling from player to player. Interesting. You don't see Ralston really getting attended to if she has any blood on her. So interesting there. Kind of a little break in the action right now.
Yeah, that's right. They're just going to put some gauze on it and wrap it up with some tape. Looks like just athletic tape, nothing big. As now Walton will pass it into Katie Fisher, right in front of us here on Media Row. As Edinboro driving into the lane now, puts a shot up, no good. And that is Allison Thompson coming down with the rebound. And the shot clock will expire. California will take over possession. And that is the second time California's really milked this shot clock down. And getting the ball back, that is big for California. Really just trying to play big with Nikki Glenn out.
And you really got to be aware. I'm not really sure how they can hear. I've never really heard the Conference Center echo like it is right now, but you really can't hear anything right now. I even have one of my headsets off my ear, and I still can't hear anything out there on the court.
Abby Sporio trying to get the layup to fall, and she cannot. Edinboro then streaking down the floor with Katie Fisher working against Sierra Barrett. Good defense from California. They're trying to pressure this shot clock yet again to expire, as Walton will pass it over to Ralston. Ralston, pressure to give it over to Lindsey Yon. And over to Katie Fisher. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Fisher, pass, great pass over to Shania Sharp as she converts.
Yeah, you're kind of losing some size there for California as Precious Martin or Shatera Parsons both aren't in now. So you kind of have a mismatch there with a couple of Vulcans.
Sierra Barrett, great move, Euro step, splits the defenders, gets to the basket, and gets the basket to fall.
Yeah, California answers right back. They want to get a stop here, try to tie this game up. 21-19, this is a very crucial moment here in this first half.
Now in the corner, Walton driving into the lane, gives it over to Sierra Ralston. They're just slicing and dicing this California defense right now, getting those outlet passes exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, California trapping and leaving players wide open under the basket right now. Both Ralston and Sharp are getting open down low.
And there'll be a travel called as TJ Yan picked up her dribble. I believe that will be a media timeout yet again, our second media timeout. And Dylan, this team right now, California, they really are pushing up the intensity, not only in the offensive departments, but also the defensive departments. And here's why. They really want to solidify their spot and go to an Eastern school and get a victory, get their second consecutive PSAC championship. And Edinboro really trying to get in their way of doing that.
Yeah, Edinboro, like we're saying, Edinboro is playing. This is win or go home really for Edinboro. So it does mean a lot to California, but it means even more here to Edinboro. You need to get in. So you know they're going to try to take advantage of Mickey Glenn not on the court right now. They realize that that's big there for them, and they have to give out full effort if they want to continue on into the postseason.
And you were saying that you've never heard the Converse Center echo like this. It's really due to the amount of people that are here, the students that are here, the student section behind us. It gets packed sometimes, but right now there's a pretty decent-sized student section. No pep band, which that would have been kind of cool to see a pep band over there, kind of get that college atmosphere. But California really trying to answer back and do whatever they can on offense. Yeah, but defense really is where they're lacking right now. They're being aggressive, but there you saw a couple times the defensive rotation, and no one's covering that backside post there, and it's leaving players open now. California's going to have to do a better job. If you're at the top of the key and everybody's rotating over, you make sure you draw it back and cover that basket, cover that low post on the backside, and not give up those wide open layups. And we said that we're going to keep you updated on Mickey Glenn's status. Looks like she's getting her knee iced. You see that halftime break might be big if these trainers can get her back in this contest. Interesting, we have not seen Shatera Parsons now for a while for the California. Really wondering
how she could help out if she's out on the court there on the interior defense.
Jonte Walton's three, no good. Good rebound there from Jan. And it'll be no good after the layup. And now Walton drives into the lane, puts up a shot, and this time it is good. So Walton trying to do something from the three-point line, converts in the lane.
Yeah, Edinboro now stretching out to their largest lead of the game now by 6, 25-19. So California definitely going to have to look for an answer now.
Sierra Barrett gives it over to Morgan Jennings. Jennings gives it over to Suckling. Suckling's three is away and good, making it in the face of Katie Fisher.
Yeah, big three there by Emily Suckling. She's really the three-point threat without Lana Doran out there on the court. She's really the only pure shooter that California has out on the court right now.
Defensive pressure out there on the floor, and Edinboro forced to take a timeout in the corner. Didn't want to get a jump ball as California would take over possession. This is really big for California, pressuring them to do so.
Yeah, definitely. Edinboro now shooting near 50% on the game. They're just getting those open looks on the inside and really getting those easy shots while they're shooting near 50%. California only 26. They're really 26%, really forcing shots right now. California need to do a better job of stopping Edinboro on defense there, and then trying to get their offense going where they're getting open looks, not really forced drives, because that's all we've really seen now with Abby Sporio at the point guard position. She's trying to force a couple drives in there, unable to get it to go. So interesting to see how this offense adjusts now without Mickey Glenn out there on the court. And without Shatara Parsons, honestly, we have not seen Shatara Parsons for the last half of this quarter.
That's definitely in California just trying to keep up this defensive pressure now with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Edinboro will inbound the ball. And they do to Katie Fisher. Katie Fisher brings it across half court with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. California still down by 3, 25-22. Jonte Walton pressured yet again, making some move for herself, and California will take over possession to look like it bounced off of an Edinboro defender's hand.
Yeah, California now can tie this game up or get within one with a two-point basket here. So California, this is a big possession to see Abby Sporio now at point guard. See what Coach Jess Strum has drawn up here for this one.
Emily Suckling has it yet again. Good pass to Sierra Barrett, and DJ Jan puts a shot up. No good off the back of the backboard. DJ Hahn puts up the shot, and now Morgan Jennings puts a shot up, and good, and she's going to the line. California only down by 1 now.
Yeah, that was a beautiful drive there, but a great rebound there by Abby Sporio. One of the smaller players out on the court, actually led California in rebounds in their last game against IUP. So a great effort there by Abby Sporio, and really second chance points that Edinboro has thrived on here in this first half. California gets a pair of their own.
And Jennings converts from the line, knotting this contest up at 25 with 3 minutes left.
So a 6-0 run now for California to cut back into that 6-point lead. To see how Edinboro now responds to that run.
Fisher gives it over to Roston, and then Walton is pressured immediately. They're triple teaming her, leaving somebody open out there on the floor for Edinboro. Retreating back, and then DJ Hahn is going to force Sierra Roston into a travel. California gets the ball right back. They're swinging this momentum right back in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. Great defensive effort there. DJ Hahn was kind of in a mismatch with the taller Ralston there and played great defense.
Hahn shot up good. California now possesses a three-point lead, swinging the momentum immediately with DJ Hahn not missing the first one and then getting the second shot to fall.
Yeah, the freshman playing very aggressive right now. Haven't seen a lot of her all season long, but she's playing like she's at home right now for the Vulcans.
And the depth out there on the floor definitely showing it for California. Fisher's shot is up and good. Good shot by her, kind of a leaner.
Yeah, great answer there by Fisher. They needed that. That's only her first basket of the game now. So leading scorer for them in the last game picks up her first basket here tonight.
Emily Suckling moving around the three-point arc, puts a shot up, and it is no good. And Morgan Jennings trying to come up with the rebound. She cannot as it bounces off her leg.
Yeah, this effort, though, for California is just something to watch. They're giving it all they have right now. They realize the importance of this game, just like Edinboro. So this next second half is just going to be something to watch. So if you have any friends that want to watch some great basketball, this second half should be amazing here from the Convocation Center.
And California definitely has some shooters out there on the floor, and they've shown it, as now there is a foul out there on the floor called on number 15, and that will be DJ Hahn.
You got it right there. You got the H right. Hitting a couple of threes now. And a
baby
little,
steps, baby steps.
She's playing like the better Han or Jan out there on the court right now.
Definitely baby steps, as now Katie Fisher has it in the corner, working on Emily Suckling. 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Sierra Rawson driving into the lane. They want to travel. They will not get it as Katie Fisher makes them pay from just inside the three-point arc.
Yeah, 2 straight baskets for Katie Fisher. Again, you do not want her to get hot now. 4 straight points again. California's going to have to play tough defense on her.
Sierra Barrett gives it over to Morgan Jennings. Shot is up. No good off the rim, and Edinboro will possess it now coming down the floor.
Yeah, a couple of threes now from California, not really known for their three-point shooting.
Katie Fisher was feeling it. No good on the three-point attempt. And then Edinboro will jump right on it. There's a jump ball. California will get possession.
Again, guess who's on the court there? DJ Hahn, the freshman. Great effort. Kind of a breakout performance there for DJ Hahn.
Most definitely is, and California is forced to take a timeout. Also something you were talking about, Dylan, Precious Martin and Shatara Parsons have not been in the game for quite some time. You might be seeing that due to the fact, just really preserve them for the second half. You were talking about how this second half is going to be huge. California, if they could keep those 2 players, those big rebounders, tire out Edinboro's big people on the floor, big men, I was going to say, but these rebounders for California can come up big. Shatara Parsons can put the offensive rebounds right back up into the hoop and get those defensive rebounds to get their offense started. So maybe a good tactic there from Jess Strom.
Yeah, and right behind California's bench, Mickey Glenn's father is there with her, giving her some words of encouragement there. That's a beautiful sight there behind the bench. Great to see her father down there giving her some words of encouragement. There you can see there on the screen. You feel that for Mickey Glenn. You hope she's okay. You see the crutches there as well. Lots of emotion right there. That's a great scene. That's what sports are all about there. When it comes back down to it, your parents are really your rocks there, and that's great to see him giving her some words of encouragement.
Most definitely is, as California will bring it across half court. Down by 1. Abby Sporio driving to the hoop. No good, and no call out there on the floor as California will keep possession with 52.7 seconds left.
Again, another aggressive drive there by Abby Sporio. Unable to get that shot to go, but now they have the ball under the basket.
As there is a foul out there on the floor called on, I believe, number 15. That is Sierra Rawson.
That's her second foul as well. So lots of players out there on the court. Sierra Barrett's one of them. Interesting that she's actually the player Coach Strum has kept out on the court now with her 2 fouls. She's been playing with 2 fouls since the first quarter.
It seems like this home crowd is really pressuring just her. They're really getting into her head as well as they can.
We have some scores from other PSAC tournament games. IUP up big there on Mercyhurst, 66-37. Kind of a blowout performance there by IUP. And then Shippensburg is beating Bloomsburg 51-35 there in the fourth quarter.
And Shippensburg really controlled that entire game. At one point it was 20-6, as now California really trying to just get to that game where they can take on Shippensburg, a force out there in the East.
Yeah, what a statement though by IUP blowing out there in Mercyhurst.
California knows too well how Mercyhurst plays, as now Katie Fisher will be pressured with under 5 seconds now on the shot clock. No good. Morgan Jennings coming down with the rebound for California.
Yeah, shot clock's now off. You see Abby Sporio, smart decision there for sophomore, holding her dribble there.
And trying to slow it down. Lindsey Yan doesn't like that as she tries to go in for the steal. It's now at 10 seconds left. Gives it over to Sierra Barrett, then gets it back. Sierra Barrett shot up now, and she'll get it to fall as clock expires. California possesses a 3-point lead, 32-29 going to this halftime break. As Dylan said, this second half is going to be huge. Make sure you stay tuned for more action right here on CUTV.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center with 2 minutes and about 13 seconds left before the third quarter begins. Dylan, this California team has really turned it on, and the person you can lean on now, we didn't think that we'd be saying her name in this contest, is DJ Hahn, getting really the intensity ramped up in this contest, and California possesses a 32-29 lead.
Yeah, definitely DJ Hahn with a ton of effort here for the Vulcans here in that first half. She was able to just play outstanding basketball, especially for a freshman there. She finished that first half with 5 points there for the Vulcans. So look for her to continue her second half. And we take a look at the first half statistics here. California 10 of 32 from the field. Lots of shot opportunities there for the Vulcans. Unable to convert too many of those, only shooting 31%. But they really had to be aggressive with the loss of Mickey Glenn there in that first half. 17 rebounds to 19. The big difference in the ball game right now is 12 turnovers there for Edinboro, only 6 for California. So Edinboro needs to do a better job of taking care of the basketball here. Without California's best player in the game right now, they aren't taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, and also a big story in this contest is as Edinboro is 0 of 6 from the three-point arc, and California is really answering that back, being 2 of 5, shooting 40%. You can see there on your screen some of the highlights, big highlights in this one, and it's right here is the biggest highlight you can say. Not really a highlight, maybe even a low light, as Mickey Glenn came down and kind of awkward on her leg, and she is down. But really it's forcing California to step up. Players like this right there on the floor. Emily Suckling stepping up and getting that three-pointer to fall, and then DJ Hahn, another three-pointer to fall. Just these rainbow shots, they're falling though, so keep them going. Also, California, as they break huddle there without Lana Dorn out there on the floor. Mickey Glenn now is not out there on the floor. But California, they're just trying to keep this up, keep the momentum that they had in that first half of the action really going in their favor. And it seems like at the end of that first half, California really did have all the momentum. There were confident shots going up. They're looking to just keep that going as they're getting ready to start this
continue that here in the second half.
Sorry, we're gonna keep talking over each other just because of the fact, I'll say it before, that really, us not being able to hear each other is kind of one of the bigger reasons why we're not gonna be.
And plus it's loud in here as well, so definitely tough. Kind of going with one ear in my headset here and one ear out, so I'll try to hear you there, Danny.
No, we apologize for the people at home listening, and see if we trip over our words or kind of talk over each other. We apologize for that, as the defense is still ramped up for California. Almost a steal attempt there from Precious Martin, a new sub in, as well as Shatara Parsons. Parsons making her presence known right away there in the lane, coming up with the block and the steal.
Yeah, immediately making a presence there in the ball game. But the reason we did not see her or Precious Martin in that first half, they both had 2 fouls, as well as Sierra Barrett. So 3 players there had foul trouble for the Vulcans in the first half.
Sierra Barrett putting a shot up, no good. Smart there from Precious Martin to not go up for the tough rebound. As you said, Dylan, she's in foul trouble, and be smart out there on the floor. As now in the corner, Jan pulls up her shot. Looks like she fell, but Rawson will finish it off, getting the basket to fall.
Again, rotation for California not there, and Edinboro is able to get a wide open shot in the paint there. They lead California 18-12 in points in the paint there in that first half.
Suckling gives it over to Barrett and then quickly pass it over to Sporio from Martin. She will give it over to Sierra Barrett, who turns around on her pivot foot. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Shatara Parsons going to work and getting the shot. No good. A lot of contact there in the lane, as a few players for California and Edinboro coming up a little bit late. Rawson drives into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Maybe heard footsteps on the play as Abby Sporio comes up with the ball for California, and she's gonna give it over to Emily Suckling. Suckling's gonna finish it on the layup in transition.
Yeah, what a hustle there by Abby Sporio, the smaller defender, able to beat 2 taller Edinboro players for that defensive rebound and brought it down for a fast break opportunity. Great play there by Abby Sporio.
Fisher gives it over to Jonte Walton, then Sierra Rawson in the lane. driving and working hard in the lane, as now she eclipses 10 points, now up to 12 on the night.
Yeah, that size advantage for Edinboro is really letting it be known right now. They are definitely taking advantage inside the paint.
Barrett puts a shot up, no good. She makes those hard drives to the lane. No good on the basket. Fisher working on offense. Good move, pass it over to the wide open Shania Sharp, and she converts as well as they take the 1 point lead.
Yeah, we've seen that all game long, though. It's just that Edinboro's finding that the late rotations there by California. California double teaming in the paint. You never want to do that because it leaves people wide open. And California's been definitely struggling with that here in the second half and early in the first half.
Abby Sporio making Michelle Yan looks all types of silly, as now Sierra Barrett puts a shot up, no good. And there's a foul on the floor. Not sure who it's on. I believe it's going to be on Sierra Roston.
That's her third foul now. So 2 players for Edinboro now with 2 fouls, and that Michelle Yan and Sierra Roston.
Abby Sporio to inbound the ball for the Vulcans. She'll get it over to Sierra Barrett. Barrett back over to Sporio. Sporio now gives it back to Sierra Barrett, kind of hot potato back and forth. Precious Martin gets it in the lane, puts a shot up, no good. However, there's a foul out there on the floor.
Yeah, and Precious Martin's been to the line numerous times here today. Nice pass inside there by Sierra Barrett to the cutting Precious Martin. Defender was in bad position, and she's able to get that shot up and to get the foul.
Jonte Walton was called on the foul as Martin converts her first. Readying her second now. Shot is up and good as well. Free throws coming in big for California here tonight, as California possesses a 1 point lead now with 7:10 left in the third quarter of action.
Yeah, the lead has changed hands 10 times now here in this ball game, so definitely ramping up in intensity, and it's a real tight contest right now.
Roston working against 2 defenders for California. There's gonna be a jump ball out there on the floor, and California will take over possession. The bench for Edinboro not liking that call whatsoever.
Yeah, Sierra Barrett with some nice effort. Reached over. It looked like she might have had a little contact, but there's been contact all night. The officials decide not to call that one, and a nice hustle gets rewarded with a jump ball.
California working against Sierra Roston. They know what they have to do, just like this home crowd working against Sierra Roston. As there is a foul away from the ball. Not sure who the call is on, however. It's going to be on Jonte Walton. That's her third foul as well now.
Yeah, so 3 players now for Edinboro with 3 fouls. We're talking about California's foul trouble, but Edinboro definitely leads that now with 3 players with 3 personal fouls.
And the big story was really California trying to play smart. Now Edinboro is forced to play smart. No good on Shatara Parsons' shot, but Precious Martin's shot is up and good. The crowd erupts on the play.
Yeah, California's definitely going to have to drive now with foul trouble for Edinboro. If they're able to drive to the basket, that's their best way to play offense right now.
And Jonte Walton coughs the ball up for Edinboro. California taking over possession. And Edinboro's head coach, that is Stan Swank. He is not liking that at all, yelling at his players out there on the floor to just be smart and really zone out what they're hearing out there on the floor. Good defensive play there from Sierra Roston, as well as Michelle Yan now, as Shania Sharp comes up with the ball, and then a foul called on the floor, and that was on Precious Martin.
Yeah, not the best foul there by Precious Martin, that far away from the basket. Edinboro had clear possession of the ball, and she just reached in there. Just not the smartest foul, especially to pick up your third foul there for Precious Martin.
As you said, Dylan, that's her third foul, 8 points here tonight, so she's helping out her offense. Good defense there from Emily Suckling, forces it to give it over to Katie Fisher. Fisher finds Sharp. Puts a shot up with Sierra Roston, and her shot will fall. Now she has 14 points, 3 fouls. They can really attack Sierra Roston, get her out of this contest. California, they have to be smart out there on the floor, and that's being smart on knowing where to pass the ball and as well as where to shoot the ball. They're really on defense.
Yeah,
they're going
to have to be more conscious of those switches leaving her open.
Suckling's three-pointer, no good. Good rebound there from Sierra Barrett. It's the bench saying slow it down just a little bit. Abby Sporio at the top of the key. Gives it over to Precious Martin. Martin finds Barrett on the pass and then gives it right back. And the shot is up and good. Precious Martin showing her skill out there on the floor.
And now a turnover now for Edinboro at the other side of the court. I believe she stepped over the inline there on that one, but a beautiful move again as we take a look at the replay. Maybe the play of the game there by Precious Martin. Spin move, layup, up and good.
And really, you want to talk about a player of the game out there on the floor, you might give it even to the crowd. They're really out here in numbers here tonight and pressuring this Edinboro team, using their home court advantage, really to their advantage.
Yeah, Precious Martin now with 10 points here in this ball game.
Now a hard move in the lane by Shatara Parsons, no good. Normally converts on those. However, now Edinboro gets a chance to convert in transition. Fisher, shot is up and good. Good way of cutting right to the basket and getting the shot to fall.
You have to know Fisher wants to get that there. A quick, easy layup. You got to be more aware that Fisher's one of the more aggressive players here in the PSAC West. So great job there by Fisher.
Parsons gives it over to Barrett. Barrett working against Shania Sharp and then gives it back. There's a foul called on the play by Shania Sharp. That's her second foul. And a new sub in as well, number 21, Nicole Johnson. She has 0 fouls, so why not throw her in this contest, see if she can make some noise, as now that will be our media timeout. And Dylan, what's really sticking out to you in this second half of play?
California just being very aggressive on the offensive end. And we'll take a look now at the PSAC Women's Tournament. Again, this winner of this game will head over east to Shippensburg now. They're soundly ahead there in that ball game, I do believe. And then California Edinboro winner will play the East Stroudsburg-Millersville opponent there in that 2-5 matchup over in the east there. And IUP has a sound win over Mercier, so that's a real impressive IUP team as well. We saw them play California tough in the first half. If it wasn't for probably the best quarter we've ever seen here at the Convocation Center and Mickey Glenn's 20-point outburst there in that third quarter, we may be talking about an IUP team that's one of the hottest teams in the country right now. So great win there for IUP, but California definitely going to need to get through this game here against Edinboro.
They definitely will be, and really out there on the floor. You said their defensive pressure is really ramped up. Also, this crowd getting into the contest, that's going to be big as well. They can continue that, as California only possesses a 1-point lead. Big players out there on the floor. Now Precious Martin with 10 points, as well as Sierra Barrett with 7 points, trying to help her team out any way they possibly can. Precious Martin, as of late, has been playing excellent basketball, helping her team out in the defensive and offensive sides of the ball. So we're going to see if they can continue to do that with Emily Suckling now inbounding the ball for the Vulcans.
Again, if you're just now tuning in, California is without senior standout Mickey Glenn. Got hurt there in the first half, and we have not seen her here in this second half. Orlana Doran as well, 2 seniors out for the Vulcans.
As now Abby Sporio will give it over to Precious Martin. Martin finds Barrett on the pass. Gets it back over to Martin as Barrett drives into the lane, and Sporio is going to be stripped of the ball. Good heads-up play there by Nicole Johnson.
Yeah, another turnover there for Abby Sporio, trying to be aggressive without Mickey Glenn, and commits another turnover.
So now Fisher gives it over to Jan. Jan working against Barrett. Barrett sizing her up and then giving over to Sierra Roston. Michelle Jan on the outside now, 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Drives over, gives it to Sharp, and then steal from Abby Sporio. Abby Sporio hearing footsteps, put the shot up, and good. Good shot there from Abby Sporio.
Yeah, turns the ball over and comes right back, gets a steal of her own in a breakaway layup. Great job there by Abby Sporio.
Jan trying to silence this crowd. No good. Sierra Roston coming out with the rebound. And then a tip from Precious Martin as Edinboro will keep possession.
Yeah, Roston's definitely the biggest body out there on the court, so Edinboro is going to have to get the ball to her on the inside. California is switching off of her in their defensive rotation and leaving her open a few times.
Katie Fisher shot no good as she directed her offense to really set a pick for her. And then Jan shot up. It is good. And now this score is knotted up at 42.
Yeah, I do believe that was Edinboro's first three-pointer of the game there. So that ties this game up now, 42-42.
I believe that was their 9th three-pointer put up as well. As Shatara Parsons' shot will be blocked, but she will keep it alive for the Vulcans. And keeping this tempo going, that's what the crowd wants, is Precious Martin will be fouled. Excuse me, I almost said Barrett, and that will be her 4th foul out there with Sierra Roston.
And that's what you need to do if you're California. Go right out Roston. She's killing you on the inside, and that's exactly what Precious Martin does. Gets her off her feet there. She had her hands up, but you pump fake her once, she gets to lean over, and that's what they got her for the foul there So that's a big foul there for California.
And Precious Martin's first shot will be converted. Sierra Roston going to the end of the bench, and Maggie Moore will sub in for her. As Stan Swank kind of just pats her on the back, can't really do much. California knows what they have to do, and they're executing now as California possesses a 2-point lead, 44-42, with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left before the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this has become an instant classic now with all the storylines here in this ball game. Back and forth game with the injuries and now with the foul trouble, so all kinds of stories here in this one.
More shot up, no good. I believe there will be a timeout, or excuse me, there will be a foul on Edinboro as Abby Sporio went hard to the floor. They kind of called it a little bit quick. That's the only reason why I said it's a timeout, but she will be fouled.
And that will send her to the free throw line as well, as Edinboro now has 5 fouls here in this third quarter.
And really teams have, it's kind of a flip storyline as teams have really been attacking the players out there on the floor for California. And now California has the opportunity to do that against this Edinboro team. Also, Mickey Glenn, she's not playing, but she's out there on the bench. That's big for her. You can really lean on a senior player to get you hyped there out on the floor and get some momentum. She has some ice on her knee as Abby Sporio converts.
Again, this week has been a crazy week for California. Alana Doran got hurt in practice there on Monday, and then California today with Mickey Glenn getting hurt there in the first half. So lots of adversity now for the Vulcans.
More pressured, gives it over to Michelle Yan in the corner, no good. Defensive rebound tried on that one, and then Edinboro will get the ball back. And Precious Martin wanted that rebound, wanted that tip off of Edinboro, and then she pulled back and said, I might have tipped it.
And then I'm surprised that Shatara Barrett didn't get, Precious Martin, excuse me, or Shatara Parsons, excuse me, didn't get called for the foul. Kind of tomahawk smacked that ball and didn't get called for the foul.
Good pass on the inside. Abby Sporio comes up and tips it. However, they're going to say it's off an Edinboro player right there. Can't really see from our vantage point. Maybe Edinboro player tipped it out. From here,
there we almost saw the late rotation. Abby Sporio luckily was able to disrupt that at the last moment, or we would have saw another open layup there for Edinboro.
Parsons passes on the inside to Martin. Martin shot up, no good. And they have some tall players out there on the floor now with Maggie Moore standing 6'2", taller than California's players out there. There is a blocking foul called on Sierra Barrett.
That's Sierra Barrett's third foul, so now 2 players for California with 3 fouls, and Precious Martin and Sierra Barrett. So that's a big development as well there for the Vulcans.
And I believe the new sub-in will be Nicole Johnson for Maggie Moore, as Katie Fisher will inbound it for the Fighting Scots. Pass into Jonte Walton working against Shatara Parsons. It's having kind of a mismatch if you ask me, as now Shania Sharp inside the lane, 5'11". It really should be matched up against Shatara Parsons. I guess they're just trying to pressure these point guards.
That's that rotation for California. They're switching. There's a turnover there by Abby Sporio. Again, her 4th turnover here in this ball game. But again, the switches by California and the rotations really creating some mismatch there for Edinboro on offense.
And Edinboro is really just taking advantage of that, as they're taking whatever California gives them, as California is up now 46-42. Pressure them with 1 minute and 25 seconds left. From the corner, Jonte Walton's shot is up and good. And that will be a 3-pointer now. Score is 47-46, 1-point lead.
Yeah, you got to close out on the shooters there, and that gave Edinboro the lead now, 47-46.
Shot is up from Precious Martin, good. California takes a 1-point lead.
The one senior out there in Precious Martin playing fantastic basketball, taking over this game now. She's been in experiences like this before, and she's really taken over the game now for the Vulcans.
Jonte Walton pass on the inside, then out to Katie Fisher, Michelle Yan. Now with 12 seconds left, Nicole Johnson drives in, gives it over to Walton yet again. Shot up, no good. And a good rebound there from Shania Sharp. California then finally comes up with the rebound as they now move to the offensive side of the ball. California slowing it down as Suckling has it. Almost called it a timeout. You'd think that everybody was stopped out there on the floor, as now Shatara Parsons pass on the inside to Precious Martin off her fingertips, and Edinboro will take over.
Yeah, another turnover there for California. See how many they have here in this ball game. Racking up a lot of them are the Vulcans.
Katie Fisher has it.
That's
Crosses
their 10th
half court.
turnover now for the Vulcans.
Now 10 seconds left. Fisher drives over, working on Emily Suckling. Gives it over to Nicole Johnson, then Shania Sharp. No good, and the buzzer will sound. California possessing a 1-point lead, 48-47. This fourth quarter is going to be action-packed. Stay tuned. You're watching Vulcans women's basketball right here on CUTV.
Good evening and welcome into the first news center of the spring 2017 semester.
Hello and welcome back into PSAC quarterfinals action right here from the Convocation Center. You see there on your screen, California breaking huddle, ready to start this fourth quarter of play. Only possessing a 1-point lead, this California team is rallying around each other. Without Mickey Glenn and without another senior, Lana Dorn, the plays out there on the floor are igniting this crowd. And this crowd is really getting them in this contest as best as they can. And you know, California out there on the floor, they're trying to do whatever they can on the defense side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball, really just attacking players out there on the floor.
Yeah, the score has been tied 9 times, lead changed 9 times as well. So definitely a tight game here.
Michelle Yan gives it over to Sharp and then passes it back out to Katie Fisher. In the corner, Jonte Walton drives in, puts up a floater, and it is good. Now they take a 1-point lead.
Again, California's aggressive defense is kind of hurting them here.
Abby Sporio sails a pass right over the head of Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett saying, just be smart out there on the floor. As now they're down by 1. They want to come out of this fourth quarter strong and smart. As now the bench for California is playing in big. Almost coming up with a steal, and Sierra Barrett was hit hard out there on the floor, coming up slow. And they will call a timeout.
Yeah, lots of contact there. Looked like her head went right into the knee there of an Edinboro player, just giving all the effort she has here. She's able to get the steal, but it appears Sierra Barrett is okay as we take a look at this replay here. Kind of a loose ball situation where Abby Sporio tips the ball. Sierra Barrett flies in, and there are definitely some contact there between Sierra Barrett and Nicole Johnson.
California will pass it in to Abby Sporio. Just a few seconds ticked off that clock. Now showing 9 minutes and 20 seconds. So now Barrett will pass on the inside to Precious Martin. No shot. I believe there'll be 3-second violation in the lane as Edinboro will take over.
Yeah, you don't see that too often there, but that definitely is a killer there for California. Down by 1, this game's been back and forth. That's a possession you really need there if you're California.
So now Jonte Walton will be pressured big time by this California defense. And there will be a foul on the play right there on Precious Martin. That is her 4th. 14 points and 4 fouls. You're going to see DJ Hahn check in. I said that right, Dylan. DJ Hahn. I said that right, just for the record.
Yeah, with DJ Hahn in, though, look for some mismatches now on the court, as you only have really Sierra Barrett and Precious Martin with any height now for California.
Yeah, Shatera Parsons big in that lane there for California, and there's a foul called, no shot, and there'll be a travel called on Jonte Walton. And Michelle Yan saying, just let it roll right off your back. Good job, keep it going. Nothing's really affecting this Edinboro team right now.
Yeah, if you did not catch the first half, DJ Hahn had plenty of effort there for the Vulcans in the first half.
Too strong on the shot from Shatera Parsons. Sierra Barrett, though, to get the rebound. Now trying to swing the momentum in their favor. Give it over to Shatera Parsons. No good. This time will be rebound by Shania Sharp. Jonte Walton falling again on the play. It'll be a jump ball. California will keep possession of the basketball.
Yeah, that swarming defense again there for California. Big to get that shot back. Shatera Parsons not really known for her mid-range jumper. She's really gets shots there on the inside. Missed a couple open ones there, but you really need her to hit those here late in this game.
Jonte Walton clearly frustrated after that one. Emily Suckling trying to keep this one alive, and she will. Giving it over to Abby Sporio. The pass was originally intended for Sporio, but she kind of came out of position as DJ Hahn now trying to pass it over to Barrett, and she does. Barrett now at the top of the three-point arc. Forced to pick up her dribble, then gives it over to Sporio. Hahn in the corner. Hahn shot up and good. Big three-pointer there from the freshman.
Yeah, that's a couple big threes there for DJ Hahn, the freshman, making a name for herself here in this one.
DJ Hahn now has 8 points out there on the floor, and a foul is called right there. I believe they're going to call it on, and they do. Abby Sporio, that's only her second foul, so she's not in foul trouble.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Looked like, ooh, that was a tough one there. Both teams playing with a lot of effort here. See, they found a foul to call on that one.
Michelle Yan gives it over to Katie Fisher. Fisher still working against Shatera Parsons.
You hear the defense chant coming from behind us. California definitely got to pick up the defensive end.
Michelle Yan tried to draw the foul. She could not. Unsure of what the referee.
They're going to call a jump ball, but nobody had possession of the basketball.
It was rolling all over the floor. The referee kind of motioned to stay where you are out there on the floor. I'm not really sure what that motion was, really.
Yeah, definitely. That's an iffy call there. Nobody had possession of the basketball. And now Ralston's back in there before foul, so California's going to have to drive the ball on her, force her to commit her 5th foul.
Katie Fisher now forced to give it over to Ralston as the shot clock begins. And it's going to be a carry on the play. Edinboro coughed it up. California gets it right back. Big momentum swing if California can execute right now.
Yeah, wow. This game, though, this has got everything you want in a basketball game. You don't want to see the injuries, though. Tough to see that, but this game has been exciting ever since then.
Abby Sporio.
That's kind of Mickey Glenn's play right there, the double screen at the top. Now they're running a 4 new point guard there in Abby Sporio.
Parsons puts it up, no good. Right there on the rebound, DJ Hahn, and Sierra Barrett will get the rebound. She will be fouled hard as she's holding her head. Fouled quite a bit. Very hard fouls as well.
Yeah, smacked her head off the floor there on that one. Just another injury there for California. Really the hustling there with DJ Hahn getting the offensive rebound. And there's Sierra Barrett, definitely smacked her head hard off the floor there. You really hope she's okay. Wow, yeah. She really smacked her head.
She definitely did.
Hard there.
Pulls out her hair. Strong players out there on the floor, though. They realize what they have to do. They realize everybody out there is team players. They most definitely are. And nothing's getting in the way of getting this victory, and they know that.
She has some thick hair there. Definitely some cushion there for that one.
Also, Raymond Creighton, one of the men's basketball players out there, injured early on in the season, is wiping the floor out there. That's something interesting. He's been out with an injury all season long, doing his part in the women's game as well, as Abby Sporio will inbound the ball over to Shatera Parsons, back over to Abby Sporio. Sporio pulls up her dribble, then gives it over to Barrett. Barrett drives to the lane, no good. There's a foul on the play. I believe that's going to be called on Shatera Parsons as she pushed off just a little bit on Sierra Ralston. Really trying to attack, though. That's what they're going to do. It looks like it's over the back foul as well.
Yeah, but California's getting in the paint just like Edinboro, but they're unable to finish there. Numerous times there, those last 2 possessions, unable to get it to go in.
They really can't say that much this entire season, as now Sharp will pick up her dribble and drive to the hoop, and Edinboro will keep possession.
Yeah, but they missed a mismatch there as Ralston was guarded there by Abby Sporio on the inside, and if you're Edinboro, you have to realize that mismatch and take advantage of it.
Crowd getting involved in this one as now Walton's shot is up and good, igniting their bench and some of the fans that have made the trip down from Erie as they take a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that was a huge 3 there by Edinboro.
Good step back there from Sierra Barrett. She shrugs that off, says that's nothing, as she was doing that in practice, stepping back from her.
Yeah, her setback jumper is lethal in there as Edinboro now turns the ball over, so California's defense definitely picking up their intensity.
California possesses a 1-point lead, 53-52, 6 minutes and 22 seconds left. And head coach for Edinboro, Stan Swank, just saying, be smart, put your hands up. Abby Sporio brings it across the half-court line. Gives it over to Parsons. DJ Hahn trying to work hard in the lane gives it up to Abby Sporio. Clear lane to the basket. No good as she will be fouled. Heads up play there. California opening up that enormous lane. You could have drove a semi-truck through that lane as Sporio moves to the basket.
Yeah, we talk about California, no defensive rotation, and there's some late rotation. Definitely smacked Abby there on the face. Looked like she had that one going in, but unable to get it to go.
And no good on the first free throw. Sporio having 6 points here tonight and 2 fouls. That's her second shot, no good as well. Nicole Johnson coming down with the rebound for the Fighting Scots.
That's big there. You needed those 2 free throws if you're California, but see if they can keep up that defensive effort, especially with Rawson on the court there. There's a mismatch right now with Emily Suckling-Gardner.
Walton shot up, no good. Coming down with the rebound, and they're going to say Edinboro keeps possession. And you know, you see that kind of on the blacktop, you know, when they throw the ball back, try to hit off your foot. They might have done that on that play because Michelle Yan was really pressured in the corner. She might have thrown it back off of Abby Sporio to keep possession.
Yeah, Edinboro's taken a couple of threes here recently, but I'm telling you, they have to look inside when they have that mismatch there with Ross on the paint. You see them take advantage of that all game long.
Jonte Walton gives it over to Katie Fisher. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this contest. Fisher working hard in the lane against a much taller Shatara Parsons. Michelle Yan gets it in traffic. Yan pressured, 15 to shoot now. She gives it over to Walton. Walton finds Roston. Roston fakes the shot, gives it over to Johnson, and there's a jump. No, actually, there's going to be a foul called on the play on DJ Hahn. And that will be DJ Hahn's second foul.
It's going to be shot, the ball underneath there, and a shot clock reset as that was California's 4th foul. So next foul will send Edinboro to the free throw line.
California really has to play smart in this one, realize what they have to do. Only a 1-point lead. Katie Fisher gives it over to Jonte Walton. Back over to Fisher. Fisher working with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Puts a shot up, no good. Rebound there. California gets the possession of a tip ball. Head coach Stan Swank arguing this play.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tight one there. But that will be possession arrow for California. 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here in this one. Let's see what California can do here on the offensive end. Need to get something going. Try to drive it here at Ralston. Maybe pick up her 5th foul. That would be a huge loss there for Edinboro.
Abby Sporio brings across half court. Emily Suckling slowing it down yet again. Gives it over to Parsons. Parsons on the outside, gives it over to Hahn, excuse me. Caught myself on that one. As Parsons now picks up her dribble, gives it over to Barrett. Barrett creating some space for herself, puts a shot up, no good. DJ Hahn with the rebound, good rebound there. Emily Suckling keeping it alive as well. Suckling now pressured in the corner. Parsons looks to pass on the inside, and it was broken up from Edinboro.
Yeah, nice deflection there by Edinboro. That's what you want there. See if they try to get the ball to Rawson again. Now guarded by DJ Hahn. That is a mismatch as well.
So now Katie Fisher gives it over to Jonte Walton, working against Emily Suckling. Walton gives it over to Fisher, wide open three-pointer, and she hits the net on that one, making that one for Edinboro, now up by 2. Katie Fisher has 9 points in this contest.
Yeah, California's defensive switches got them lost again and left one of the best scorers there for Edinboro wide open.
Barrett on the outside, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, driving to the hoop, puts the shot up, no good. Tries to get her own rebound, and she does. DJ Hahn comes up with the ball, and there is a foul on the play. I believe that was going to be on Nicole Johnson, and it will be on Johnson. That is Johnson's 3rd foul. believe that will be our last media timeout of this contest. Dylan, intensity is ramped up to say the least in this one. All the storylines, as you said, Dylan, playing a big role, and California really just trying to answer back and do whatever they can on the offensive side of the ball.
And the three-point shot there for Edinboro is definitely was lacking there in the first half with no threes there in the first half, but they've come out on fire here in the second. And California, again, DJ Hahn, the freshman there, see on the replay, hits her second three of the night. But California here, down by 2. You gave up that 3 last possession. You really have to take advantage of this possession here, try to knock this game up. There's only 3:38 left on the clock. There's not going to be too many more possessions here at the end of this ball game. So you have to take advantage of each and every one on offense and on the defensive end. You can't keep getting lost in these switch opportunities on your defense there, because you're getting mismatches, you're getting wide open looks there for Edinboro. So maybe that's what you're missing there with Mickey Glenn, with her defensive awareness to make sure her players are not getting mixed up on the switches there. So here it's going to be an exciting last 3:38. See what California has without their 2 senior leaders there in Lana Doran and Mickey Glenn.
It's, to say the least, exciting. And this crowd, every shot that California makes ramps up the intensity just a little bit more. So if California can really tilt the levels in their favor, that would pay off big dividends down the stretch, as Emily Suckling will inbound the ball from the baseline. Gets the call in and gives it over to Precious Martin. Martin working hard in the lane. Puts a shot up, no good. Rebound attempt there, and California gets it right back. Precious Martin gets her own rebound out there on the floor. As I said before, grinders for California are coming up big tonight. Gives it over to Martin. Martin with 18 seconds left on the shot clock and 3:16 on the shot clock, excuse me, the game clock. Martin puts a shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Bounces off of Barrett as Edinboro takes over.
Yeah, look for Edinboro to try to use some of this clock now. Down around 3 minutes to go. See if California can get a stop here.
So now Shatara Parsons steps up to work against Katie Fisher, and she gets the steal. Gives it to Emily Suckling. Now Suckling in transition, passes it over to DJ Hahn. Hahn stops herself and then gives it over to Precious Martin, splitting the defense, and gets the shot to fall, and she's going to the line. As you heard behind me, this crowd is coming up huge.
And coming up huge is what Precious Martin has done here in this ball game. The other seniors are out hurt now for California. Precious Martin is one of the only ones left. She's giving out her full effort now, 16 points here in this ball game, 4 fouls, so she has to play smart on the defensive end. But Precious Martin living up to her senior name.
And with 4 fouls, she is not afraid to get to the hoop, as her shot is up and good, converting on the 3-point play. Also, Nicole Johnson subbing out. That was her 4th foul. So 2 big players for Edinboro in foul trouble. Sierra Roston still out there on the floor with 4 fouls. 14 points, stepping up just as big as Precious Martin is. It's now Shania Sharp looking to give it over to Jonte Walton. Her shot up, no good. Rebound there by Sierra Barrett after some help from DJ Hahn. California possessing a 1-point lead, 56-55. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, and California, and Jess Strom takes a timeout. You can't really say that much. Jess Strom likes to keep this momentum going and let her players do the talking for her.
Well, you see what kind of confidence she has in her freshman there in DJ Hahn, who's getting significant playing time here in this second half. Had the first half to remember there with her effort, really turned around California's effort as well with her defensive effort and hustle there. But she's got Coach Strom's trust here. She's playing here in these crucial minutes really of California's season. And again, Edinboro's fighting for life and death right now. This is you continue your season on. If you're Edinboro, they're at the bottom of the regional rankings here. As you can see there, the 4-versus-1 matchup here. Edinboro needs this win to really extend their to get a chance to make it to the postseason.
And you saw IUP was penciled in. You can also pencil in Shippensburg as they came away with a victory. And actually, you saw on your screen there, Millersville upset East Stroudsburg. That was wrong. So now we're going to see the updated, as I said, Shippensburg was penciled in. So big matchup there in the bottom of the bracket. Number 1, Shippensburg taking on the 2 seed in the West in IUP.
Yeah, and Shippensburg will host then as well. They're being the top seed there in the East. So winner of this game will be traveling out to Shippensburg this weekend.
Really plan that trip, plan your hotel if you're one of these teams out there on the floor. And California is hoping to do that and get those back-to-back PSAC champions. So now DJ Hahn will inbound the ball for California. She'll give it into Sierra Barrett. Barrett then gives it back to Emily Suckling. Suckling using the pick from Sierra Barrett. Slows her pace down, then gives it over to Precious Martin. Martin setting up her offense. Gives it over to Parsons. 7 seconds to shoot. Parsons drives to the hoop. No good. Foul called on the play, however.
And that's going to be 5 fouls now on Ralston there for Edinboro. So that is a huge loss. Shatara Parsons knew she had to get this drive, knew she had to draw the foul there on Ralston, and she does it. So a huge loss now for Edinboro late in this ball game as she bows out to the crowd. Definitely had some word exchange between her and the crowd last game, but again, she's coming back and a little interaction there with the crowd.
Most definitely is the crowd getting involved in this one, as now Parsons will attempt 2 from the line. This home crowd making their presence known, getting in the head of Sierra Ralston. As she
I do believe Shatara Parsons kind of waved back and bowed back as well there as Ralston, so a little head games being played here late in this one.
Hey, keep it going as long as there's no fouls out there on the floor. Keep this intensity ramped up as Parsons' first shot, no good off the front of the rim.
It's going to be a big free throw. We've seen how Edinboro has been able to shoot the 3 in their second half.
No good, and DJ Hahn will be called on the foul as she went to go get the rebound, but and that's foul shots now as she sends Edinboro to the line. And you know, California going 0 for 2 from the line and then fouling them. They got the opportunity to take 2 foul shots, which Shania Sharp now might be seeing a 4-point swing.
Yeah, we definitely will be. These are huge free throws here for Edinboro.
Her shot is up and no good. Crowd definitely playing a part in this one. Ready's her second shot. Crowd still getting involved. Sharp shot up, no good as well. California comes down with the rebound, and the person who missed the 2 fouls down there gets the rebound for California.
There's a reason they don't give them to you at the end of games, and there we're seeing both teams missing 4 free throws here late.
Barrett working in the lane, and they will keep possession. Barrett really wanted that one, though, as she kind of shrugs her shoulders. Has to work yet again with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Looked like if she was able to corral that, she would have had position there on the inside. So see what California can get here. 15 seconds left on the shot clock, minute 41 to go here. See what they draw up here on this inbounds.
A little bit of moisture on the ball as referee wipes the ball off and gives it over to Emily Suckling to inbound it. Pass it into Sierra Barrett. Now with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 1 minute and 36 seconds left to play. Barrett, step back shot, no good. Rebound there by Parsons. Shot no good, will take 2 from the line. Trying to really execute from the line now.
Yeah, see if she can make up for those 2 missed free throws earlier, but nice effort there. Got in a position for the offensive rebound, almost had it to go in there on the putback, but she will go to the line now, and that's the second player now for Edinboro who will foul out there, Nicole Johnson, who didn't have a foul in the whole first half, now with 5 here in the second half.
See now, Shatara Parsons has a chance to answer back to her first 2 missed free throws last time they had the ball, and now she attempts 2. Shot is up and good for her first. Now a 2-point separation, 57-55. California has the lead. Second shot up and good as well. Great shot there from Shatara Parsons. Now the pressure is all on Edinboro, and they're forced to take a timeout, draw something up. Now 1 minute and 25 seconds left.
Yeah, definitely momentum has turned in favor of California. Those 2 big free throws by Shatara Parsons put California up by 3. We're taking a look at some second half action here on the replays, and there, nice effort again. That was the first play here in the second half. Edinboro's gets something going on the inside. DJ Hahn answers right back with a 3 of her own. The freshman coming alive here in the second half. Then Shatara Parsons, Sierra Barrett. You can't expect anything less than that step back shot there.
Most definitely cannot, and our director and producer Gary Smith was telling us that in practice, Sierra Barrett was really practicing those step backs. And she's a force in the lane, on the three-point arc, anywhere out there on the floor. You can even say that she's a force on the defensive side of the ball as well. She's doing whatever she can. It really ignited in the first game of the season. She stepped up as of late, helping out this California team, and she's doing so here today as well. Now with 9 points, although she's being a force on the defensive side.
Now, if we do have overtime now, the 2 losses for Edinboro will be big there come overtime.
And Jonte Walton's shot, no good. Sierra Barrett coming down with the ball as she lost possession, giving it right back to Shania Sharp, trying to step back on defense and get that mistake back. It's now Fisher, pulls up, puts up a shot, and good. California now only up by 1, 58-57, under a minute left now. Emily Suckling brings it up before for California. Setting up the play now with 50 seconds left. Sierra Barrett has it, working against Shania Sharp. Gives it into Shatera Parsons, puts the shot up, foul, and going to the line. One of the and one on that play, and Katie Fisher wanted the foul called on her as well.
Yeah, these are big free throws again. This can put California up by 3, which will really make it tough there for Edinboro. 42 seconds left, but again, if this game does come to overtime, Edinboro is without 2 of their players there in Nicole Johnson and Sierra Ralston, so that could be big come overtime if that's what this game comes down to.
Parsons' shot is up and good, and I don't know, Dylan, I know I don't have heart problems, but this past few games, Mercyhurst in men's double overtime. Now I hope we don't have to see overtime as Shatera Parsons sinks her second, 60-57. Crowd getting involved in this one as Edinboro forced to take a timeout.
Yeah, this whole second half really has been taken over there by the play of Precious Martin, the senior. 2 other seniors are hurt here for California. Then you have Precious Martin, who really hasn't been a player to take over ball games this season because that's what you have Mickey Glenn for, but she has taken control of this ball game. 17 points now, does have the 4 fouls, but she's playing regressive regardless. She realized what this game means. She realized this team wants to pick up another PSAC title.
And Edinboro, you see there on your screen what they are fighting for in that 9th spot, trying to get involved in this whole regional play as California is really trying to solidify their spot and travel over to the eastern side of the state. And Dylan, you know, the funny thing is, if California wins this one and we go to Shippensburg, that's not that far away from my house. That's 45 minutes away. Kind of not home court advantage, but for a few players on that California team, both from where my alma mater is, Central Dauphin, playing close to home. I'd see a few people travel from our high school. I know a lot of players like to travel and support their friends and family as well. So now Jonte Walton will inbound the ball for the Fighting Scots. 42 seconds left. Edinboro trying to execute on this, and Precious Martin comes up with the ball, gets the rebound, gets the shot up, and good. Now California up by 5. Momentum swings aplenty out there. Katie Fisher now streaks down the floor, puts a shot up. Shot blocked by Shatera Parsons. Shania Sharp puts up a shot, and she gets her shot to fall. California still up by 3, I believe. Shania Sharp gets the steal, but it will be out on Edinboro. Talk about momentum swings. California right there, back and forth action, and California will still have the ball up by 3, 27 seconds left. Look for Edinboro now to foul, send California to the line, and really have to step up. California has been pretty solid from the free throw line thus far tonight. We're going to see if they can continue that now later on in this contest.
We're going to take a look at the replay there, but Precious Martin, the senior, really the player of the game for California here in this game. 19 points, got that steal and layup to go in late. California again up by 3, now with 27 seconds left to go here in this one, 62-59. Yeah, Edinboro's going to try to get a steal off this break, but then right out of that steal attempt, they're going to have to go to a fouling situation now. So this is going to come down to free throws now for California.
And you can really say adversity is the name of the game here, and California is overcoming it yet again, now up by 3 as Sierra Barrett will inbound the ball for the Vulcans on the far sideline, the far baseline, excuse me. 27 seconds left. Barrett finds Abby Sporio. Abby Sporio working up the floor, now is fouled, and she will go to the line to attempt 2 for California. Big free throws now, as Jonte Walton has really solidified their spot as they are a 3-point shooting team. We're going to see if they can answer back. If California can make one of these, it is a big possession the next time Edinboro touches the ball.
Yeah, we have not seen Abby Sporio much lately. DJ Hahn came in for her there, but these are big free throws now for the sophomore.
As Sporio readies her first shot is good. 4-point play now. California up 63-59. Readies her second shot, motioning that to get the rebound as she misses, and her shot is good. California now up by 5. Playing smart on defense now as Katie Fisher touches the ball, doesn't realize that she didn't touch it, as there is a referee's stoppage of play. They might have stopped the clock a little too soon, as I said, or excuse me, started it too soon. Because I believe Katie Fisher touched the ball. It rolled a little bit more. Then she realized, I don't want to touch the ball. Clock operator might have been correct on that play. However, they're going to reset the play clock, or the game clock, excuse me. Shot clock is off, as there's under 20 seconds now. Michelle Yan puts a shot up. No good, all air on that one. As California comes out with the ball, though keeping it alive. Jonte Walton gives it over to Nicole Johnson. Shot up, no good. Michelle Yan will be fouled, I believe, and the foul will be called on Abby Sporio.
Yeah, that foul will be called there on Abby Sporio. No, excuse me, that will be on Emily Suckling. That is her first foul here in this one, but that will send Jan to the line. But again, this is a 5-point ball game, only 7.9 seconds left. This game's appear to be in California's hands right now.
Jan's first shot is up. Now a 4-point game, 7.9 seconds left. This is a chance for a trip to go to Shippensburg and solidify their spot. And Jan's second shot is good as well. California immediately takes a timeout. And you're really in this position, California now, they want that person to have the ball that can shoot the free throws, excuse me. They want that player to be a strong free throw shooter. Abby Sporio just hit her 2 shots. And obviously she can bring it up the floor for California as well. As I said, 7.9 seconds left. And Dylan, players coming up big. As I keep saying, adversity is what California is doing tonight, overcoming adversity. Precious Martin, 19 points and 4 fouls. So she's doing her best in foul trouble, knows the pressure she has on her, as well as the pressure on the floor. With Mickey Glenn out, Lana Doran out, they're losing a lot of defensive and offensive help out there on the floor, but they're still carrying the team on their backs with some role players. You can think, Sierra Barrett, under 10 points, only 9 points, still a force in the lane. You really can't knock her for anything she's doing today, as well as Shatara Parsons with 6 points. And Precious Martin, what a fantastic game for her, outscoring 2 of the other big players out there on the floor for California this entire season.
Yeah, definitely, but you're going to have to get the ball in here if you're California. It's going to be a side out of bounds here. So California, see what they can do here out of that timeout. See if they can take advantage and seal this game late.
So now Sierra Barrett will inbound the ball. Gives it over to finding someone. I might have said that a little bit early. And Shania Sharp will keep it in and then hit it right out of bounds. She was trying to play some backyard basketball and throw it off that player's foot. I believe the intended player was Sierra Barrett.
Yeah, but that was almost a huge turnover there for California. 6.7 seconds left now. It's definitely Edinboro's needing a steal here.
Sierra Barrett will get it and keep it alive, and then she will be fouled right away, so Sierra Barrett goes to the line. She just wanted to throw the ball in and keep it in bounds, really. Although she will be fouled going to line to attempt 2.
Yeah, and that was a close one there. It looked like she almost turned the ball over, and Edinboro had numbers for sure. But these are big free throws again here by Sierra Barrett, labeled best junior in Division II women's basketball here by Hero Sports. See if she can hit these big free throws late.
Creighton wipes the sideline just a little bit, making sure everybody's safe out there on the floor. Already have 1 injury, don't want to cause any more, as Sierra Barrett attempts her first free throw. 6 seconds on the game clock. California up by 3. Her shot is off. California now trying to get that rebound if Barrett misses. Ready for a shot now. It's up and no good. It's now Katie Fisher pushing it up the floor, looking up at the shot clock, game clock, excuse me. And Abby Sporio keeping it alive, gets the steal and the victory for California coming away. California comes away with the victory 64-61, overcoming adversity and all sorts of the name of the game. Edinboro sent packing home.
Here's a look at the end of that game. Abby Sporio gets the steal, seals the victory here for the Vulcans with a 64-61 lead over Edinboro. And there you see Mickey Glenn again, got her leg injured here in this ball game. In the running for National Player of the Year is Mickey Glenn here in Division II women's basketball. The California Vulcans, again, defeat that adversity like you're talking about, battle through some injuries, battle through that adversity, and pick up the win and try to secure their second PSAC title here in a row.
And rallying all around Mickey Glenn right now as the crowd applauds really all the effort that California has put in and breaking huddle. You love to see that. Rallying around a player of Mickey Glenn really got them in this position, and then all the role players stepping up for California. This was a big victory. Our next broadcast will be from the eastern side of the state. You see there, California penciled in. We'll take on the winner of East Stroudsburg and Millersville. And then we're going to see if Shippensburg comes away with victory over IUP. Dylan, any last words?
Any last words? Just this, what an exciting game here for California. Battle through that adversity. Two seniors getting hurt here in this one. Able to battle through that, pick up that big win, and go to try to secure their second PSAC title here in a row. The number 4 team in the country battles through adversity. The National Player of the Year contender there, and Mickey Glenn gets injured, but California battles through that and picks up that win here late in the season.
And you said the number 4 team in the country now, they solidified that here today, coming away with the victory over a very tough Edinboro team. Well, that does it here from the Convocation Center. California comes away with the victory 64-61. As I said, stay tuned for our next broadcast in Shippensburg. Thank you to everybody on our crew here today. Gary Smith, our producer and director. For Dylan Goday, I am Danny Beck. Thank you for watching Vulcans men's basketball right here on CUTV.